So you're not scrolling, you're doing your yoga, you're doing your meditation, you're doing your journaling, you're doing your breath work, you're doing all that you possibly can in order to bring yourself into alignment with your beliefs or with wherever you are right now. Maybe you're going through a spiritual awakening, maybe a Kundalini awakening, and somewhere you heard down the pipeline that you must do all of these things in order for you to experience higher states, or in order for you to come into alignment with what you believe in right now. Even buy into a diet, buy into your kind of lifestyle, maybe do your affirmations. None of those things matter, right? None of these things matter as to whether or not you buy into a belief, whether or not there is a practice, whether or not you have a ritual. These are all tools. Yes, you can access them at will, and if they're working for you, brilliant. However, folks, it takes just a little bit for you to make these tools a very, very big problem. Our tools can become the biggest hindrance to us, to our growth. And one of our tools is also our spiritual teacher. One of those tools is also whatever it is that brought us onto this path. And how so? It is with our attachment. When we're not ready to fly the nest, when we don't want to fly the nest, not because we're not ripe, but because we are scared. And the reason why we're scared, we have been conditioned to believe that we must be at the behest, at the beck and call of somebody to lead us, and that we can never really be self-initiated, that you need somebody to anoint you, to initiate you, to teach you, to guide you, to align you in order for you to actually access any higher consciousness, to access any higher dimensions, to access you. And guess what? None of it is true, because you are the powerhouse, the storehouse of all information. All the guidance that you need is inside of you. Yes, folks, by all means, there are tools all around. But when we make the tool our crutch, that crutch creates a codependency, and you know the story. It is then no different to whatever you have shared. It is no different to being in a toxic relationship. It is no different to having unhealthy habits. These tools that we like to dip in and then stay in them sometimes become those very bad habits, or habits that we somehow can't get rid of, like addiction, like things that we are dependent on. Yeah. But when you can pick and choose at will, and you know that, right, okay, I can tune into my body's intelligence. Today I know that I could do with a bit of dal, I could do with a bit of lentils. I know my body really wants this. As an example, what did I have for dinner tonight? I had tomatoes. Yeah, just raw tomatoes. I just chopped them up. Nobody told me that have tomatoes because you might not have enough salt in your body, so go and eat tomatoes. No, I just listen to my body, because I know that when you crave something, or there's something that is calling you, there is something that your body is asking you to do. Not a craving that comes as a result of conditioning, or that it is a habit and therefore you crave it because you know that when you go through a period of starvation, you go through a period of stress, you're going to run to certain type of things. Now, in the same way, when we go through these things, we're going to run to certain tools. We don't need these tools, because these tools simply cure, or rather treat the symptom of something else, which is all in the mind. It's a mental system that we're trying to heal. When, if you can connect with the very pure consciousness that you are, you literally bypass the need to have any of these tools, or for you to want to go to some guru or spiritual teacher, or please initiate me. Initiate who? Initiate who? Who is initiating who? And who requires initiation? Because anybody who requires initiation is not worth the initiation, because you are all self-initiated. Ultimately, even when you go somewhere and you receive Shaktipat, some of you have mentioned Shaktipat a few times, and you receive Shaktipat, and I have mentioned this to you many times in different posts, perhaps even in passing, that Shaktipat works in two ways. One, the intent of the one receiving, and one, the intent of the one giving. But the one giving must be alive to that, and what is alive in you is basically magnetized towards that who is initiating you, who is anointing you, say with the finger, touch, sight. There's so many ways of doing this, even intention, because energy requires no container. It is just there, so it is, you're able to pass this on without actually having physical presence. Now when this happens, even in that, it is you who has initiated yourself, because without you bringing yourself into that state of I receive, into the state of yes, I'm tuned into this and this is what I want, that no amount of initiation is going to do anything, because at the most it may stir something in you, but who is going to go through the journey? Who is going to go through the aftermath of the initiation? You are. Who is going to be able to hold that life force? You are. You are the only one who is going to get through this on your own. Nobody else. You can dip in and out of tools, right? We can go for a relaxing holiday, but ask yourself, why do I need a relaxing holiday? Why am I not already relaxed? And if you say, oh, it's my work, it's the people I'm with, or it's just, oh, I have kids and we have this, we have that, and the other. And ask yourself, okay, so these are all circumstances, these are all situations around me, these are all variables. Why am I still not relaxed within the variable, knowing post a spiritual awakening, knowing post a Kundalini awakening, knowing post an initiation, that I am not the one that is being affected? So it is your vehicle that is not relaxed. Why is it the case that what I know at consciousness level and what my body is doing is not relaxing? Why is there that discrepancy, and how do I bring it to align with what I know? And what I know is that I'm all that. What I know is that I remain unaffected. I am the one that is completely unaffected by whatever it is that my body is experiencing. But we are still affected, and that part of us that is still affected is the blueprint that we carry forward, which is the result, which is what we call the karmic self. That is the karma that we keep on carrying around with us, our baggage that we keep on carrying around with us. And we can't set it aside, we can't set it down until not only do we identify with all that is, but we live like all that is. And to live like all that is to literally not even bypass the mind, but put the mind where it's meant to be, right? And to put the mind where it's meant to be, we can't keep adding fuel to fire. So these tools that we keep dipping into and staying in and simmering in, these tools, when they have stayed past the expiry date and you're still not letting go, then the entire thing for you is a mental exercise. And we all know how powerful the mind is. The mind can produce symptoms in the body as well, when actually there's nothing wrong with your vehicle. It's the mind that is producing the symptoms, which then justify an intervention of an external stimuli, whatever the case may be. Maybe it is a guru, maybe it is a book, maybe you can't get enough of learning and you want to read those. Where do you think the information that you're learning, the books and the teachers and whatever it is, where do you think they're getting it from? Where is the original source of information? You are the original source of information. So before you go looking for anything, look at yourself. Look inside of yourself and give the tools a break so you can have one too.